Hello YouTubians, welcome back to another Doctor Spicer 10 YouTube video, and today is actually another TARDIS console tour. I did my first TARDIS console tour way back, pretty much a year ago now, and you'll be greeted with the police box, which I've still got to make the signs. But when I've got some more money, I'm going to buy some stencils and actually stencil the letterings on, and then obviously paint over it and then put them up. I've got 2 sheets of perspex there, real thin, to go on the front, so one there and possibly one on that side, and then I can get some more in the future. And of course my other custom console, which is feeling a little bit sorry for itself. It does need it's a bit dusty, but it does need fixing. Oh Jesus, I just knocked that off. Let's put that, I'll screw that down later. But yeah, I want to have this console up and running again at some point, as like a museum piece. So yeah, now you can tell that there's like a hideous gap because the box is built on a slant slightly. But you open it and you're greeted to the 10th Doctor's TARDIS interior. Well, TARDIS interior, it's not fully done yet. Ow! And my cardboard wall seems to have just given up right there, so it's my test wall that I did a year ago. So yeah, now you can see there's like huge progress since a year has been for the console. We have the mallet, which is a strong one. We've got the port start and the throttle lever, and of course I've got the sight glass, which I'm still working on. Still working on that as well, and that, because I'm going to print out the little port start thing on there, and then obviously put this thing around there and put a disc on there or something. So yeah, so that one's actually screen accurate, it's true to the console. So yeah, we have the IKEA paperweight, which is actually orange. There's like a yellow one down here on the console, but obviously I don't have the yellow one. I've got the push light, which is meant to be the tap light on the console. Of course, I've got the monitor, which is just LEDs and a battery pack, because the original monitor blew up when I was trying to wire it up. We have the rheostat, which has been eased up a bit, and of course we've got the gauge, the piping. I know these aren't accurate, but it's only a standing piece till I get the proper ones. And of course we have a glass paperweight, which is clear, not 100% accurate. In fact, it's not even IKEA's. It's just one that was been in the glass cabinet for a while, and I decided to use it. Again, not the correct wheel spacer, but again, it'll do. Crystal thing. Then of course we've got the 2 tri-lobes, aka speakers, that are upside down on the console, being weathered up. On this panel we have, sort of trying to use that to represent like the little black plaque with all the switches and stuff on it. We have a timer, an egg timer, which is actually magnetic, which makes it a bit easier to use. And of course some cast of things, you see a few of these dotted around the console because they are accurate. A Wilco, well, I got this from Wilco's. It was like a couple of quid for like a pack of 4. And of course we have the polycarbonate box, the blue box. There's like usually 2 on the console, but it varies. Another one of these tea light holders, which is the right one for this panel, but obviously not the correct version of the tea light holder. And I've got a trim fern coming. It's on the way. But I will need to spray paint it. It's cream and dark green, but it's like the fern bit's green and the body is cream. But I'll be buying some spray paint and get it done. We have another throttle lever right here, which again I've just basically got to make this thing that goes there and a little twiddly disc thing there, and I've got to find another one of those things to make the port start up with, because I know I've got another one somewhere. The calculators, which are currently standing for the stone keypads, and of course we have the clutch plate, I think you call it, I got a mate of mine to 3D print me one of these out. So, oh jeez, I dropped my phone. But yeah, I've got one of them. We've got that's a bit loose. We have the helping hands, which is being glued down. And we have the D-mat lever, which is being grubbed up and covered in Gallifreyan squiggles with working sounds and stuff. So the whole idea is you pull the lever up, there's like a little mark there indicating how far you put the lever up, and if it goes beyond that, the disc in the hi-fi system down there will start spinning. Then you've just got to basically perfectly time it. As soon as you hear the douche, you put the lever down and it starts going up and down. And then on this panel we have the perspex thing, which is a plaque which I've glued down, which I made. Pretty simple actually, fairly easy to do. Another wheel spacer. Usually there would be a tea light holder on that side, and I think it's a tea light holder. No, a tea light holder on this side, I believe. And then the other one's a hard drive motor. Speaking of which, these are meant to look like the hard drive motors. These are from a glass table I've smashed up. Ignore that. That's from the gauge that I showed you earlier, which is over there. And I've got this printout, which I've got to make to go on there and the whole surroundings of it. I've just got to scrape that off something and then make the border around it. We've got a resin ball, which is meant to represent the paperweight. Well, one of them. And then on here we have the bracket. I don't know what you call it, but the bio doctor mentioned what the bracket was called, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I was lucky enough for him to send me a link to one of them because they're pretty hard to find. And we've got with a red IKEA paperweight, which was like my first paperweight for the console. And it goes with another sight glass, which is still needs to be built up. We've got this, which is meant to represent the car stereo thing, which I haven't even found yet. We've got a fake sextant from the DVD disc drive from inside the telly. A post-it note on the screen, which I've drawn. And of course we have a flip phone, like the Doctor would carry a phone around, or Martha's phone. It does work actually, but I use that as a prop. I'm actually borrowing this phone. So I'm only borrowing it. We've got a compass, which I've done the same thing that Josh did on his TARDIS, but he used a different tub. I used a filler tub and stuck that on top. I want to get some clear plastic and stick it on top of that. That's where the LED strips are fastened up to. We've got an egg timer, which, you know, and of course we've got the switchboard. But yeah, that's really it. And we've got the sonic charging port, which is not accurate. I just made that one up. That's meant to look like that handle thing that the 9th Doctor uses. That's a D-mat. But yeah, we have the TARDIS walls. Well, some of the TARDIS walls. I've still got to build the rest. I've got like more plyboard to make the walls with, and I've got like, you know, but I need to buy some more paint to do it with. Obviously I've got like the red lights as well. So yeah, so I can obviously have it in paradox mode as well, and the lights are RGB, so I can have a Dr. Disco vibe going. So yeah, now since I first started the console, it's a big light switch, you know, that's actually screwed down. From the beginning of the console, it started off to be a round table, and now it's, you know, looking like the actual TARDIS, which I really love. Oh geez, that fell off. I don't know how that got down there. There we go. That there's meant to be like this glass jar that lights up, which I've got to make. Oh, and I've got one of these as well, I forgot to mention. Of course I've got the box light as well. I did paint the interior of the box actually, so it looks a bit like the 13th interior, pretty much. The back hasn't been painted yet though. But yeah, Anyways guys, thank you for watching, please leave a like and of course subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.